shared strong chins, high foreheads, blue eyes, and hair the color of chestnuts, though mine frizzed like spewed baby bubbles, tiny and soft at my temples in the September heat. "You're Carrie, and will always be Carrie to us." She reached for the ivory combs, pushed them into my hair. She straightened the sleeves of my satin dress, the scent of lavender left over from the dressmaker's hands bringing comfort. "Did the two of you discuss him calling you Dell?" "I don't really mind. His first fiancée, my friend Carrie, and I had shared given names. She had died. I missed her." Hattie held Christina, our 1-year-old niece, in her arms. I loved that child. Nieces and nephews, they can be such a comfort. "It's diminishing, calling you Dell." "No, It's just that Carrie Lucy has passed, and I don't think he likes being reminded of her death by using any part of her name for me." "Do you love him?" the wiser older sister asked. "I do. I really do." I sank onto the wide arm of the horsehair-stuffed couch. I didn't want to wrinkle the satin dress that fit around my curves, nor bust the bustle either. I didn't remind them that I was 23 years old, college-educated, and there weren't a lot of men willing to take on an oldster like me. Robert was. He was charming, and yes, I did indeed love him, and his Western garb of cowboy boots, his closely tailored sack suit with wingtip collar and tie. He didn't don the Stetson hats we'd seen on Texans coming up the Mississippi, but instead wore the stylish Homburg made of black wool. I saw him care for her, grieve when she died. I watched his tenderness as he held her hands in his, and the attentiveness he extended to Carrie's family and to me while he dealt with his own grief. Hattie smoothed my dress. I could tell she held back a thought. She was 19 and not yet with a steady bow. She was the beautiful sister with eyebrows as though painted perfectly on, and quick-witted. My accommodation to his simple request to not have to call me Carrie is a little thing I can do to make him happy. I reached for the rouge and dabbed my lips. "Marriage is made up of little sacrifices like that, isn't that so, Mary?" She didn't reply. His request to call me Dell had come after he arrived on the Union Pacific and told me his grand news about his book and new job offer. We were in the carriage heading to my parents' home. "Omaha? I thought we'd be heading to Cheyenne." I'd been looking forward to the more exotic life of Cheyenne, putting down roots as deep as the sage. Carrie would have loved Omaha. That was dull of me, bringing up her memory. Robert removed his hat, ran his hands through his thick dark hair. He closed his eyes as he leaned his head against the backrest. I sat across from him. He was tall and slender and quite handsome, with thick eyebrows and sideburns framing a jaw cut from sharp scissors. "Yes, Carrie would have loved Omaha." He paused. "About that." "We'll be fine there. I'll adjust my imagination." "No, about what Carrie would have liked. Or more, Carrie's name." He cleared his throat. "She was my best friend, Robert." He leaned in, patted my hand, held my fingers, forearms on his knees. "What I wonder is, would you mind if I called you Dell instead of Carrie, from your middle name?" I must have flinched, as he quickly added, "It makes you unique to me, having a name that doesn't bring up loss. But I know it's a great deal to ask of you, and I wouldn't want you to give up your name legally, just what I might call you. I know I'm marrying Carrie Adele Green and looking forward to it, absolutely." His smile could melt cheese. "But when I say your name in the sweetness of an hour, or when I tell stories of our adventures, and there will be those, well, I'd love to have no startling memories rise up with the sound of Carrie in my ears. Does that make sense to you?" I wanted to tell him to separate the two of us some other way. I wanted to say, "Change how you feel," because people can do that, change how we feel. We do it all the time, from one anxious moment anticipating the arrival of one's fiancé to worrying that something has gone.